Number 8, Cohen D'Souza. Number 9, Selassie Breadweight. Number 10, Adonis Humphreys. Number 11, Kareem May. Number 12, Kwame Breadweight. Number 13, Clinton Joshua. Number 14, Rowan Matthew. And number 15, Ernest Scott. The coach for Team Antigua and Barbuda being Mr. John Stacia, assistant coach number 1, MJ Harrington, and assistant coach number 2, Cedric David. Presenting the team and players of Team Guyana, playing number 11, Rose Stanton. Number 1, Anthony Moe. Number 9, Harold Adams. Number 6, Shane Webster. Number 7, Ray Victor. Number 8, Travis Burnett. Number 2, Denzel Devonish. Number 10, Timothy Thompson. Number 12, Orland Glasgow. Number 3, Felix Hamilton. Number 4, Travis Belgrade. And number 5, Kevon Wiggins. The coach for Team Guyana, Mr. Junior Hercules, and assistant coach, Mr. Dennis Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthems. Starting with the national anthem of visiting team, Antigua and Barbuda. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Guyana. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Presenting the referees for this championship match. The crew chief is Mr. Roberto Jose Fernandez, umpire 1, Mr. Gabriel Ramirez, and umpire 2, Mr. Kendall Christopher Henry. The commissioner for this game is Mr. Frederick Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting fives of both teams, starting with the visiting team of Antigua and Barbuda. Playing number 6, Mario Davis. Number 7, Lennox McCoy. Number 8, Cohen D'Souza. Number 13, Clinton Joshua. And number 15, Ernest Scott. Presenting the starting five for Team Guyana. Playing number 11, Rose Stanton. Number 1, Anthony Moe. Number 9, Harold Adams. Number 6, Shane Webster. And number 7, Ray Victor.
Basketball fans watching around the world on YouTube, from the Caribbean, from every continent, even Antarctica. I'm Keone Wright, and this is the championship match, the gold medal match for the 2021 AmeriCup Prequalifiers. And the first shot there by Rose is good. This one is between Guyana and
you just
Antigua.
forgot to introduce me.
And Gavin Kensmill has arrived at the table right after the first shot of the game. I'm ready to do this one by myself, buddy.
Oh, I feel offended.
Why don't we get to the table a little bit earlier? I'm just happy you're not wearing a medium tank top. What are you wearing? Is that a hood on a t-shirt? You're wearing a hood with a t-shirt? It's a hoodie tee? You kids, I tell you.
I'm kind of the Russell Westbrook type of guy for this association.
What? Yes, exactly. Mo steps out for three. He can hit that. This game between two teams with varying styles and vastly different levels of experience for Antigua. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. All of these guys have played all around the world. Nice shot there by Scott. high-level JUCO players, high-level Division I players in the United States, experience in Eurobasket, their coaches as well. For Guyana, no one expected them to be here in this championship match, but they blew through Pool A, went undefeated, and still are 5-0, trying to go 6-0 here, but here's Joshua. Strong take, can't hit. Right now in this one, Gavin, is it okay to talk to you or you need more time?
No, I'm actually ready.
Are you texting? Okay, he's ready.
No, oh, come on. Don't tell that to the fans.
All right.
I'm always ready.
For this one, I'm going to put my money on Antigua just because they have so much experience in these moments. And last night, they won an absolute thriller against Suriname, and they did it the best way they know how, using their intelligence, their smarts, and not losing their composure.
Couldn't you take Guyana so we could disagree?
No, I'm going to let you tell me why, eloquently tell me why you want Antigua. For me, Ghana is a great team. I don't want to take anything away from them. I think if they win this game, though, just like last night for Suriname, if Suriname won that game last night, they are skipping steps on their way up the ladder in international basketball.
Exactly. So that's exactly where I'm going right now. Guyana is a young team that no one expected them to be here, like you said. They're very young and they're undefeated so far. So I hope they stay humble and I hope they keep working hard this game, because I know how it feels when you're somewhere and you're still undefeated. You might think you're the best or you're too good. So I hope they stay humble, and that's one of the reasons why I put them in a little disadvantage tonight.
But as we talk about them being disadvantaged, they're out to an 8-2 lead right now. But Antigua, if you watch them play, they collectively decide to turn on at some point in the third quarter. The first half, not always the smoothest display of basketball. Joshua inside with the rebound. That's a grown man's rebound. D'Souza, who gets the start tonight. He was an X factor in the game last night, puts that one up and in. They have got to get a body on him. Rose with it. Tries to dribble between two players. Mo thought about the three-pointer. They get it to Adams. He's guarded by D'Souza. Rose peels around, hangs, fires. No good. Here comes Antigua back the other way. Joshua over to McCoy. And we will get a foul on Mo. That is an unnecessary foul. Well away from the ball. Called for pushing. Into the game now, Matthew and Destin. You've got to watch out for Matthew for Antigua. He is a three-point shooter. He and McCoy are two players who outright have said this is probably their last tour in an Antigua jersey, their twilight tour, but they did not come here just to hang out by the pool. They came here to win, and they've played like it all week. Don't give Matthew that much room. They give to Scott. He fires. A little bit short, but good shooters keep shooting, and he certainly will. 8-4 is the score. 4 points is the lead for Guyana. The young team that seemingly came out of nowhere in this tournament to dominate Pool A and go 4-0. And then yesterday they beat Barbados. Victor with it. He's dangerous, slipping and sliding. Can't hit that one. D'Souza tracks it down. And right now for Guyana, even though they have the lead, it's kind of a one-and-done situation. If they don't make the shot, the ball is automatically in the hands of Antigua. They're not crashing the offensive glass like they used to. Maybe.
I think that's a tactic because...
I think so. I was just going to say, I think so too. Maybe. But continue.
We've seen that Antigua can push the ball with D'Souza. So what do you want? If you're Guyana? You want to make sure that you give Antigua a difficult shot. You don't want to give them fast break points. So I think that's the reason why they're not crashing the boards and falling back right now.
At the free throw line is Matthew. He's a very good free throw shooter. Also, as we said, a very good three-point shooter. I think another key for Guyana is going to be to establish that post game. Mo is a great three-point shooter, but I think maybe in this game he needs to park it down low a little bit. And Webster is just a very conscientious player. He works hard all day. He's always got his work boots on, always has his work gloves on. He'll be a factor as well on the offensive and defensive glass. 8-6, Antigua right back in this thing. Rose gives over to Adams. He's guarded by D'Souza. They give over to Victor. Nice defense there by Davis. He's right there, not giving Victor any room, forcing him baseline. They give to Mo. Struggles to reel it in. 6 on the shot clock. Don't know if he knows that. Falls away. Nice defense by Scott. And that shot is short. Matthew with it. Antigua so composed. Scott with a beautiful pass off the nice cut to D'Souza, but that's blocked by Adams. Adams at a disadvantage there. Not the tallest guy, but he's guarding D'Souza. Comes away with the block on that one. Rose with it. Trying to do something here against this Antigua defense. Nice shot by Adams. Once again, cleared out by Antigua. Poked away from Destin, and Webster right where he needs to be, and he scores 2.
And that's what I like about Guyana right now. They're proving me wrong, because my thesis is that they're a young team who's still undefeated and might think they're still good, but that they're too good. But I think they're playing so hungry right now. They know that everyone thought they wouldn't be here, and they're proving right now that they can become champion tonight.
They have definitely taken a step up in the world of basketball, and what a big step it would be if they win here. Great pass by Rose, and Mo catches that one behind everybody. A 6'10 player catching everybody off guard. Mo probably could have hit that shot though, but he will go to the free throw line. 10-6, Guyana out in front, 4:39 left to play here in the first quarter. I think the key for Guyana tonight is to respect Antigua, but not to respect them too much. Yeah, they can all play. Yeah, they've been all around the world. But don't have too much respect that it keeps you out of your game plan.
I think that's the same vice versa. I think Antigua thinks of Guyana as a lesser version in their subconsciousness. So I think Antigua has to start respecting them too. There's a reason they're in the finals. It's not a coincidence.
Matthew wanted a foul. Thought he got pushed from behind. Looked clean to me. Rose over to Adams. They swing. They find Victor. 3-point shot not falling, so he drives.
And Victor is one of the main reasons why Suriname had such a hard time against Guyana. Every time Suriname made a little run, he put a dagger in their bag.
Yes, but today the scouting report is just going to be too detailed. The coaches for Antigua, they don't mess around. Their scouting report is detailed whether or not they're playing a group of elementary school kids or they're playing NBA superstars. So they already know how to guard Victor. It's not a case of in-game adjustments. They've been taught and schooled, and they've talked about it already. Mo can't hit that one. That was close. He's desperately trying to get going here. Gavin, do you think he's settling for those shots?
No, I don't think so. Those are shots he's been making. Those are shots that put great teams like Suriname out of the tournament. So you have to keep shooting those shots. Let me tell you something. The game for Guyana will really open up, and they'll start exploding when shots like those start falling. Once Mo starts making those shots. We already know that Rose is going to do his thing. But once those two guys and Wiggins step up to the occasion, it'll be a total different matchup.
I'll agree with you there. And for Antigua, as good as they are, they're not impervious to sloppy play. They're not always the best version of themselves, but they know how to finish games. And boy, did they ever last night. A heartbreaker against Suriname. Here's Rose with it. Stanton Rose. My pick is a starting guard for the All-Stars. Mo can't finish, gets his own rebound, can't finish again, but we'll get a foul.
Speaking of All-Stars, what does your All-Star selection look like? Knowing that Haiti is disqualified, so practically they won't have any players in the All-Star selection.
Yeah, from what I understand, they're disqualified from not just the tournament, but any honors, receiving honors. So I would go with, I actually had to make a list earlier, give my inputs. I went with Stanton Rose, Christopher Crumpler at the guards, Christopher Crumpler from Bermuda. At the forwards, Denzel Letter from Suriname. The other forward is going to escape me real quick, but the center I went with Mo. And, excuse me, McCoy also made my list for Antigua.
And this is one of the times where I really can't disagree with you. I think you're right with Rose on the point because he has shown that he's probably the best point guard in this tournament. I would have Crumpler as shooting guard.
Yeah.
He is the best shooter I have seen in this tournament. I would definitely go with Denzel Later, who is one of the young guns and has shown off in this tournament.
His third game of the tournament where he had that crazy double-double of like, what, 29 and 18?
No, it was 33 and 19.
33 and 19. I couldn't overlook him with that one.
And I think he's averaging close to 20 points in this tournament. If I had to pick one MVP, although he has lost, if there's someone that showed me the most emotions, someone that really wanted to win and did everything in his power possibly to win, I would pick Denzel Later.
My MVP on a very personal level would be Riley for Bermuda, just because I love the way he plays. I love the way he jaws a little bit. He jaws, he jabs. That's a guy who's got a bright future ahead of him, whether he continues to play basketball or wants to become a professional boxer or just wants to get his own talk show. Ricky Lake, eat your heart out, but one of my favorites. Right now, though, 14-6, Guyana still in control. And Gavin, I like what Guyana's doing. They're making adjustments. I thought Guyana would come out here and try to run and maybe be a little bit sloppy and heave up three-pointers. Not everything has gone down for them, but for a young team, they're staying very composed.
Yes.
Now, do you think that Antigua maybe needs to try a little bit better from a psychological vantage point to try to get underneath their skin? Or
Yes.
maybe Antigua maybe hanging back a little bit here, not pressuring them too much?
I wouldn't say I think Antigua is sparing themselves, but their experience tells them that this is going to be a long game. So they're trying to hang in there for now, and when it's time to explode, I think they'll do their thing.
Webster and Mo all over the offensive glass, but that gets blocked. Nice job there by Destin. This is where Antigua's dangerous. They find Edwards, and he gets out in front quickly. Humphreys into the game now for Antigua. He's a big body. He is one of their quote-unquote young guns. They have two units, basically, the vets and the young guns. They have reduced their rotation a little bit here for the knockout rounds, so you will see mixtures of both units out there. Turnover there, unforced, and that will be Antigua ball. I blame that one on the slippery floor, which has become more of an issue in the last game, and I think it's only going to get worse. Davis with it. Rose forcing him to pick up his dribble. Mo may have gotten away with a push. He's in the full court, slipping and sliding. Finds Rose, pretty basketball, and he connects. Nice job there by Rose. Great recognition by Mo.
And that's what I like about Rose. His skill set is so diverse. He can shoot the ball, he can attack, but simple things like floating, people often underestimate how difficult it is to make shots like those over tall people, and he does it with ease.
Here's Mo looking inside, finds Webster. He's so tough, gets double teamed, gets it out to Adams. They try to find Rose in the corner, but that's broken up by Davis. Quick hands. Davis was an X factor last night against Suriname, came alive in the fourth quarter. Did a lot of dirty work and just was in the right place at the right time, hit some bunnies. Rose to inbound now for Guyana. Gives to Mo. They give it back to Rose. He's guarded by Destin, 6 on the shot clock. Trying to create room. Good job there by Humphreys to switch. He fires, looks good, looks clean, no good. Rebound Davis, passes out of the double team. Matthews says, why not? And he hits that shot. That is his sweet spot on the floor. And all of a sudden, it's only a 5-point game. Bad pass, picked off. Davis looks up front to Destin. He gets out in front, gets his composure, and scores. That is a grown man's fast break, Gavin. Grab the ball, nice outlet over the top, compose yourself, and put it in.
And Rose has to play, I wouldn't say more with his head, but smarter right now.
Yes.
He has to know that Antigua knows that he wants to put the ball inside and be a floor general for this Guyanese team. I think he has to be aggressive today, but he has to play smart.
Webster with that last basket for Guyana, doing what he's done all tournament, sneaking in behind the defense. Matthews got it, gives to Davis. Mo thinks about the double team. Great cut there by Destin, and he scores.
And is there something wrong with McCoy? Because I haven't seen a lot of him since yesterday's fourth quarter.
Yeah, he came up hobbling a little bit. We thought it was nice shot there by Victor. And Edwards says, I know. Edwards says, I know. I gave him too much room. Good shot there by Victor. And as far as McCoy goes, I don't have an injury report, but no, we have not seen him since yesterday. Edwards for 3. Overcooked that one. Here comes Rose. Gets it up to Webster. He falls. No travel. Victor again misses. And we have a player down. That's going to be Edwards. He's still down. The official will help him up. The official will not give him a hug, though. Into the game now for Antigua. Meade and D'Souza comes back in. D'Souza had a nice play to start the quarter. We haven't really heard from him much since. He will be guarded by Webster, which I think is a mismatch. I think D'Souza is too quick. D'Souza is more of a perimeter player, at least likes to start there and then make his way inside. Meade having trouble with the pressure, 50-50 pass. Davis gets it, may have gotten away with a double dribble, tries to put it off the glass, tap back out to Meade. That's an air ball. Davis with the rebound, tries to skip it, picked off by Mo, and that will do it for the first quarter. At the end of, and that shot will not count. That shot will definitely not count. At the end of one, it's 21-15. Guyana in control.
A lot of food. Oh.
All right, Keone Wright and Gavin Kensmill here, ready to start the second quarter of the gold medal match between Antigua and Guyana, live here from Paramaribo, Suriname. Guyana in control. They jumped out to a very quick lead, a very sure lead, but Antigua, as they've done all tournament, continues to chip away. Meade with it. And we'll get a foul away from the ball. On the floor now for Guyana for the first time, guarding Meade is Thompson. Let's see if Antigua can execute to start this quarter. They give inside to Meade, spins, maybe had an open shot. Gonna go to work on Thompson. Nice block there by Thompson, but Meade gets it back over to D'Souza. They give to Destin. He fires, long shot, no good, out of bounds. Guyana ball. Burnett will bring it up for Guyana. He's met by D'Souza. D'Souza giving him a lot of room. Belgrave. Over to Victor, that's no good. Mo grabs that one, blocked away again by Davis. Davis says, I'm not having it, get out of here, but could not grab the ball. (21-15) is your score. Guyana up over Antigua right now. Both teams have qualified for the 2021 AmeriCup qualifier. That will be in September. Victor will fire. Clean look. Can't hit. Rough night tonight. Thompson out of nowhere. And one. And Thompson doing something that we did not see Guyana do in the first quarter, and that's attack the offensive glass. And maybe Antigua has become complacent, thinking that ball's just going to fall right in their hands. But a player like Thompson, who makes his money on the cleanup, does so there. Misses that one. Rebound to Souza. Finds Matthew. No pressure. Matthew better watch out behind him. To Souza with it. It's not really a good spot for him to get the ball. He likes to operate on the baseline. They quickly swing inside to Davis. Tries to operate inside, gets his own rebound. He's so good, but that's blocked by Mo. Davis gets it back again. 10 on the shot clock. Tries to go middle, ball on the floor. He's still got it, and we'll get a foul. And I say let the boys play. I didn't see a lot of contact there. That's true. That's a good way of looking at it. Trying to rationalize what just happened. Destin will inbound. Mo will take a seat. Mo doesn't look too happy going to the bench. Mead looking inside. Matthew guarded by Webster, who's back in the game. Matthew trying to go to work, holds his pivot foot, back to D'Souza. Almost stolen, but it is. It's Belgrave off to the races, and he finishes nice and easy. Matthew looks inside to Mead. Quick spin inside, maybe got away with a hook. Nice move, can't finish. D'Souza with the rebound, pulls it back out. Davis over to Matthew, he'll fire. That's good.
When are people going to start recognizing that Matthews is one of the better shooters in this tournament? Suriname had the same problem, leaving him and Scott wide open. You're going to pay severely for that.
Yeah, and he tends to hit them at just the right time, right when you need it. Here's Victor trying to do a little one-on-one. Gets it out to Burnett. He goes inside, wild shot. Doesn't go. 7-point lead now for Guyana. Matthew again. 2 in a row for Matthew. Set up there nicely by D'Souza, but D'Souza continues to catch the ball outside of his comfort zone. He's better on that baseline. You hit that baseline jumper, up fake, drive. Top of the key is not the place for him. Burnett looks inside. Disrupted there by D'Souza. Matthew comes away with it. Here's Destin. Antigua, new legs, new life. Here's D'Souza wide open. Pretty release. 3 3-pointers in a row for Antigua right now, and Guyana with no answers, and they want a timeout. So this second unit for Guyana not as effective, and there's another turnover. It's D'Souza. He'll cause problems for you. Destin takes it all the way, doesn't need a trailer, and he scores, and all of a sudden, it's 26-25. All of a sudden, Antigua with the lead, and this is exactly what they do.
Exactly.
We'll be back after this timeout. Let's see what Guyana can do out of the timeout. Into the game now, Rose and Wiggins. Wiggins, the high school player who's currently playing in the United States. Don't let his age fool you. The young man can play, and he could be an X factor here. Rose finds some room, poked away, clean steal. Antigua with it. High dribble by Mead. Little skip pass over to Matthew. He'll fire. Tries to make it 4 in a row for him. Can't. Antigua in the midst of an 11-0 run right now. Wiggins is going to try to stop that. Fires for 3, no good. Gavin fresh off the bench, and he's shooting threes. But here's Destin. Will he dunk it? No, he lays it in.
That's exactly the reason why Guyana is not didn't go for the offensive rebounds in the beginning of the first quarter. Because once Destin gets the ball, he's off to the horses.
And Antigua, 13-0 run. Webster going to try to pound it inside. Gets a double team. Beautifully done there by Antigua to force the turnover. And right now, Gavin, Antigua is not even sweating. They're just playing smart basketball. They're not having to sacrifice their bodies or having to be extra physical. They just know where to be. And this is maybe the first time in the tournament that Guyana will need to be a little bit more cerebral. Maybe have to use their basketball intelligence. Poked away there by Victor, active hands. And the three-point shot tonight, really not falling for them. Get something going to the basket maybe. The plan so far has been to shoot threes. If you make them, great. If you miss them, let's crash the boards. They're going to need to be a little bit more intricate than that. Davis gets up for the hook shot, can't finish. Rose with it. Trying to find Thompson. They swing it, slipping and sliding. Victor to the basket, strong. Thought he drew contact, no call. Matthew with it, looking, dangerous pass. Bobbles around, turned over. Here's Belgrave. Things are getting sloppy. And we get an offensive foul.
That's
once again,
Gavin.
Step.
That's a great step. You anticipate where the offensive player is going, you step in front of him, and you take the charge. Great step there.
And again, no sweat on the brow of these Antigua players. Just moving their feet, anticipating. To the bench now goes Belgrave. Glasgow comes in for Guyana. He'll be in the backcourt. Joshua checks in for Antigua. Edwards is back. Joshua, the captain for this Antigua team. I think they're going to try to take advantage of Thompson down low. There's Davis. Everyone on Antigua can put it on the floor. Out of control there. And he gets tripped. Bailed out by Guyana. Antigua is positionless basketball at its best. They have big players, tall players that can stretch the floor, confident shooting threes, confident putting it on the floor. Confidence as a team, confidence as individuals, and it shows. Davis to inbound. I'm going to look for them to try to go inside to Joshua. He is guarded by Thompson, who is not a very physical specimen. They do go to Joshua, but it's up top. Moves the ball, flashing his meat, and we'll get a foul from behind. That'll be on Webster. Coming up on 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. The FIBA 2021 AmeriCup Prequalifier. This is the gold medal match between Antigua and Guyana. Both teams have qualified for the AmeriCup qualifier.
This is where Antigua becomes dangerous. The moment you put yourself over the foul limit.
Yes. Their coaches hold them to a very high standard.
They're probably one of the better free throw shooters in this tournament. The percentage as a team, free throw percentage as a team is probably the highest, or one of the highest in this tournament.
Yes, we've talked about it so much. So many teams here who are really good have really struggled from the free throw line. Antigua still believes in putting in some free throw practice, apparently. Thompson had position. Joshua comes over and commits the foul. 30-25, 5-point lead out of nowhere. Antigua right back in this thing. Not just back in it, but they have a lead.
And a three-pointer there by Mo.
Mead guarded by Glasgow. If I were Mead, I'd park it down low as soon as you pass that ball. Try to take advantage of the mismatch. Instead, they go to D'Souza. He finds Joshua. High post. Doesn't turn. Gives off to Davis. Davis against everybody. He's so good at that. It's up until he makes it, it's just the bad play. It's not what you want a player to do. But he's good at it. And he's probably been doing it for a very long time. 32-28. Webster gets position. Passes to Mo. Touches it off the glass and in. Mo back into the game. They need him to get going big time. They need to establish him. No more hanging out outside the three-point line if I'm your coach. I don't care how good you are.
I have to respectfully disagree with you there. I think Mo is a solid three-point shooter.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying that what would you rather have Mo do right now that you're down in a close game?
Yes,
hang out by the three-point line or establish an inside game? He might shoot. I'll give him, let's say hypothetically he shoots 35% from the three-point line. If you get him the ball where he needs it down low, he'll shoot 75%.
Yes, but I do think that in the system that they run, he's on the three-point line very often. And if he can stretch the floor and make a shot, I would keep him there.
We will have to agree to disagree once again on day 28 of FIBA basketball. Gavin and I have agreed maybe once. And I think that was just on our selection for dinner. Meet at the free throw line right now. Another great display of solid free throw shooting. 34-30, 3:35 left to play in the half. Antigua with the lead. Gold medal match live from Paramaribo, Suriname. Rose with it, guarded by Destin. They need him to get going. There's Mo down low. Can't hit. Webster's there. Second chance is good. 34-32. It's a little bit back and forth. Somebody needs to get a stop. Destin guarded by Mo. There's got to be a mismatch somewhere on the floor right now. Destin, he'll fire. Can't hit.
And I can live with that all day. Destin is not a great shooter.
Oh, and there's Mo. Two hands up over everybody. And he ties the game at 34.
And this is one part where we disagree again, because you like the way Mo ran the floor, and that's great discipline by a center outrunning everyone. But no one gives credit to the great pass Rose has just given him.
No, it's a beautiful pass.
It's the second time this game.
He gave him a pass that he can catch.
I think Rose is so good at what he does.
He is, and there's a reason why he's been recruited by Baylor due to his play in this tournament. Destin inside, finds room, can't hit. In the woods amongst the trees. The trees won that one. Here's Rose with it. Uses the Webster screen. Glasgow. Adams.
That's a wild shot.
Wild shot. Poor shot selection there. Matthew with it, looking for help. He finds Destin. Destin with that high dribble, but boy, does he keep going. Not turnover prone at all. D'Souza thinks about it. Nice shot by D'Souza, and that's a three-pointer.
Did you actually see him slip before he shot that ball?
Yeah, I was going to make the point. Not only did he slip, but he hesitated. He wasn't in rhythm. Did well to hit that one. Such an X factor last night. Showing us why here today. Easily the best young player on Antigua's team. Glasgow drops everybody like a prize fighter, but can't hit. Destin, spin in the lane. Oh, Adams out of nowhere, but he hit the ground hard. He'll come up. Destin's also still down. Here's Mo. Watch out. Nice job by Matthew, and that'll be an offensive foul. The reason why Mo disagrees with that is because he had his head down and never saw Matthew set up, so it made it more easy to call that one. Matthew, like McCoy for Antigua, has said that his body's really not up for this stuff anymore. But he doesn't need to use it. He's not relying on his physicality. He's relying on his ability to anticipate and get to where he needs to be. It makes the game so much more easy. And Mo slamming on some chairs right now, lucky not to get a warning there from the official. 37-34, 129 left to play in the first half. Matthew with it, guarded by Webster. They find Destin. They go inside to Joshua. This is what I was looking at. He's guarded by Glasgow. I don't know how that happened. Gets it up, puts it in. He had to fight for it. The key there was that he got position. Devonish has it, picks up his dribble, gives to Adams. Coming up on a minute left to play. Not a whole lot of movement right here. They find Glasgow, steps in, steps out, looking inside. They find Webster. They try to get it to Rose. Adams connects. So Adams continues to fight here. 45 seconds left to play in the half. Matthew with it. D'Souza, guarded by Glasgow. Spin move, nice move there by Davis, can't connect.
Nice defense there by Rose.
17 on the shot clock, Rose goes strong, puts it up, puts it in. Stanton Rose for Guyana. And he is slow to get up, but he will get up. One-point game. He will go to the free throw line to try to tie it up with 21.1 left to play in the half. Wiggins is up from the bench now for Guyana. If Rose hits this one, Antigua will probably hold for the last shot.
Big free throw here.
Knocks it down. Silky smooth for Stanton Rose. Antigua taking their time. Matthew with it. He'll get it over half court. Oh, and he gets called for a double dribble. That's a crucial turnover. 14.1 left. Victor in. They're going to put in the sharpshooter Victor. Wiggins is in there. They're going to swap some defense for some offense as Webster comes out. They're going to run a play here, try to get Victor open probably. Rose is also a threat. Wiggins is also a threat. And we'll have a timeout. They really want to capitalize on this opportunity here. 14.1 left. Ball game tied up at 39. We'll be back after this.
This is a big one for them. You want to make sure you get this possession right.
Now we'll be back after this. All right, Guyana has 14.1 seconds left to try to execute a play here to go into halftime with a little bit of momentum. They had the lead, they dropped it, now they've come back. We got a tie ball game. We're down to 8 seconds. 5, ball in the hands to Rose. 4, Rose drops his defender, nice pass to Adams, and they'll get it. And that's exactly what the coach needed at the end of the first half. It's 41-39, Guyana in the lead. The second half will be so crucial. This is the gold medal match at the 2021 AmeriCup Prequalifier. We'll be back after this. Keone Wright and Gavin Kensmill back here with you live for the last half of basketball in the FIBA 2021 AmeriCup Prequalifiers. This is the gold medal match between Guyana and Antigua. Just before halftime, Guyana jumped out to a 2-point lead. It's turned into a back-and-forth affair. It should be a good one. Both teams have qualified for the AmeriCup qualifier, which will take place in September. Let's take a look at our scoring leaders. For Guyana, 14 for Rose on 60% shooting from the three-point line. For Antigua, 11 for Matthew, also 60% shooting from the three-point line. Mead with it. He'll get the start in the second half here. They find Destin. They go inside. That's Davis. Trying to back down Victor. Mead, way off. I think the breeze may have affected that one. Rose gets it, says, let's go. Puts the pedal to the metal. Belgrave, it's a fast team out there for Guyana right now. Belgrave, Victor, Rose, Mo, Webster. Long three-pointer, that's going to be off the glass and good for Rose. He goes to the bank and opens an account. 44-39, 5-point lead, but you can't sleep on Antigua. Like an old truck, sometimes they take a while to warm up. There's Destin, nobody puts a body on him. Body's on the floor, who wants it more? Apparently it's Guyana, but we will get an intentional foul. I couldn't see it from here, but I think Destin grabbed somebody's foot. So Victor will go to the free throw line. It will also be Guyana ball. That's one of those fouls, Gavin, that might come back to hurt you later. Kind of unnecessary.
I know. In my perception, an intentional foul can always be prevented, or most of the times, and it's most of the times an unnecessary foul because now you give away 2 free throws and ball possession.
Victor hits 1 of 2. It's 45-39, 6-point lead now. Very similar to the first quarter where Guyana jumped out to a 10-2 lead, 8-2 lead, if my memory serves me correct. And then Antigua made their way back. And from that point on, it's been run after run after run. The biggest run was the 13-0 run by Antigua. Nice pass there by Scott. Does well to gather it and put it in. Rose uses the screen. Victor's open. They can't skip it to him. It's on the floor. Here's Destin. He's got that high dribble, in control but out of control. Tries to throw it off Rose. Sloppy play. Here's Rose, goes up to Mo. Nothing on there. Just needed to lob that one in or maybe bounce pass it. Instead, Antigua shows Guyana how to throw a bounce pass. And a hard foul.
And that's big trouble for Guyana right now because Mo just committed his 4th foul. So he won't be seeing action until late in the 4th quarter again.
What happened today, Gavin? Mo is an emotional competitor. But this is a different level of emotion than we've seen all tournament from him. He's very frustrated and losing his composure. And now he looks and stares at the official. And it wasn't a look of passion or compassion. He continues to talk as he goes to the bench. No warning, though. What happened, Gavin? What's going on? Is it Antigua? Is it a bad day?
No, I think he wants to win. And every little mistake really pisses him off.
And just like that, the score behind that free throw is 45-43. Guyana with just a 2-point lead now. Momentum changes just like this in this game. Adams tries to go baseline, didn't really have anything on, kicks it back out to Rose. Little hesitation move, fires, no good. Scott comes down with the rebound, bobbles it a little bit, looks up, finds Davis. He's on the baseline, skip pass, back to Scott. No hesitation. And nothing but net, unfortunately, not over the rim. That will be an air ball. 45-43, 7:47 left to play in the 3rd quarter. And Gavin, neither team really impressing me with execution or intensity coming out of the halftime.
And that's like the second time we agree since we started with this FIBA Cup.
We're hot today. Nice move there by Mead. He got the start here in the second half, showing you why there. Antigua continues to take advantage of what they perceive to be mismatches. Victor, tricky pass, gets out to Rose, clean look at it. And you live and you die by the three-pointer. And right now, Guyana severely in need of oxygen. Meade over to Matthew, plenty of time, gets a clean look, can't knock it down. Belgrave with the rebound. It's a small team out there right now for Guyana. Victor inside to Webster, back out to Victor, no hesitation. Line drive shot, no good. Matthew will let it go out of bounds. Checking into the game now is Wiggins, the high school player who plies his trade at a high school in the United States, and he will replace Adams. Adams had a decent first half. Wiggins has yet to really get going here. And I have a feeling of all the games where maybe Wiggins, and not to take anything away from the young player because he's amazing, but there is no way that Antigua is going to let a high school player get involved in this game or be an X factor. There's Scott.
Then again, know your players, know who you're playing against. Know that I don't know what the defensive assignment is there for Guyana.
Picked off. That's the defensive assignment right there. Destin to the basket, scores.
You cannot help off of the strong side, especially not on a shooter. That's mini basketball.
And just like that, Antigua out to a 5-point lead. Webster, athletic move, somehow from the hip, sharpshooter, high noon, scores that one. Right when they need it, all tournament. Webster really turned on for me, I think, maybe in the third game is when I really noticed him, particularly in the Suriname game. Completes the three-point play. 2-point game, 5:53 left to play in the third quarter. Davis bobbles it, tries to kick out.
If you're Webster, you have to fall down on that one. That would have been a charge.
Antigua with the inbound. They find Scott. Don't give him room. Destin's open. That little up fake in the slide. And and Destin all night long. I mean, he's a fantastic player, quick as lightning, but he needs some new tread on those shoes. I mean, the floor is already bad, but whatever he's got under there is not helping. And right now, the situation with the floor really comes down to what kind of shoes you have on. Some players have better grip than others. Destin's kind of on roller skates the whole time, but continues to make good plays. Here he is, driving the lane, gets up, can't connect. Rose with it. He finds Wiggins, open look, in rhythm, he can hit that, that's gonna be off. Comes off the rim, guess who? Victor puts it in. Antigua to inbound. Bad pass there by Matthew. Meade kind of stopped his cut to the ball. Glasgow in now for Belgrave. Matthew to inbounds. Pressure here from Guyana. Scott wants to go one-on-one. Victor's right behind him, pokes it away. Rose can't come up with it. Bodies on the floor, bodies everywhere. Somehow they find Davis. That's stripped by Victor. We're all tied up at 50. The ball's all over the place. Rose strong to the hole, gives it out to Wiggins. Maybe should have shot it. Wiggins readjusts. Can't draw iron. Webster again. That's blocked by Davis. Get it out of here, he says. Rose with it. It's and like a ping pong ball.
The ball's very wet, I can see.
The ball's wet, the floor's wet. What else is wet, Gavin? And we'll get Stanton Rose going to the free throw line. And we desperately need to get some towels out to the floor right now. That's for sure, and we will. Players toweling off. I don't know if it's wise to share a towel like that, is it? Rose at the free throw line. Joshua into the game. They have struggled to establish a post game, but if you're going to do it, this is the lineup to do it against. Joshua is the captain for Antigua. Rose at the free throw line. And I did get word at halftime that McCoy will not play tonight. Messed up his hamstring yesterday late in the game on an aggressive play. And you got to think that if he's in the game, this one's a cinch for them, and maybe they have more of a lead. And we'll get a foul. They're going to say it's on Rose. A little bit too ticky-tack for my liking in a championship match.
I was about to say, these are the finals.
Matthew to inbound. Rose will go to the bench. Burnett in. They give to Davis. He's guarded by Glasgow. And it's such a luxury to have a team where every guy can bring it up and set up the offense. If it's not Davis, Scott will do it. Everybody but Joshua, really, is a primary ball handler out there. But if Joshua needed to, I bet he could. Inbound to Matthew. Back to Davis. Long three-pointer. No good. Joshua with the rebound. Gives out to Scott. Three-pointer is good. Second chance opportunities. Behind the rebound from Joshua right away, taking advantage of the smaller lineup. Devonish with it, trying to get tricky. Gives to Burnett, tries to go baseline. Leaves his feet to pass, finds Devonish outside. High arcing shot is short. Burnett gets the rebound. They go out to Victor. Line drive. Line drive shot is good. A good showing here tonight by the Surinamese fans. They're up out of their seats. Very excited. 54-53. Their team is up by one. Joshua inside. Flips it up. Flips it in. And he will take advantage of this small lineup all day. Webster is not mobile enough and maybe not as experienced enough to handle somebody like Joshua, who just catches and makes a move. Victor again, heat check. Good box out by Matthew. Comes down with it. Trying to find somebody. Threads the needle to Destin. They go high to Davis. Catches that one like a wide receiver. Turns, spins. May have been fouled. No call. Devonish has it. They give it to Victor. Victor inside. No shot. Hand check. Antigua with a 1-point lead. 2:59 left to play here. Thompson into the game. Comes in for Webster, but I don't think that substitution really does anything defensively. Maybe he's a little bit more active as a shot blocker. Maybe that's what they need, somebody who gets off his feet. But he's still not physical enough to compete with the bigs, or at least to compete with Joshua for Antigua. To the basket is Glasgow. He scores. 56-55. Guyana with the lead. Destin with it. They give to Matthew. Over to Scott. They give to Joshua about 10 feet out. Going to try to work on Thompson. I would too. Excuse me. That's Victor. Surprised he passed that one.
I would let Destin shoot the ball all night long.
Glasgow again to the bucket, and he finishes. Left hand on the right side.
And that's a skill set right there.
In the forest amongst the trees, unafraid. Doesn't need a flashlight, puts it in. 2:06 left to play. 3-point lead now for Guyana. It's been back and forth. What's Scott going to do? He'll fire, knocks it down.
Once
Clutch.
again, you do not, I don't know why they keep double teaming on the strong side against the shooter.
And Scott is just, if you give him 3 feet, he's going up with it. Victor trying to make something happen. Adams out to Devonish. Excuse me, that's Burnett out to Devonish. Victor leaves his feet. Devonish. Burnett. Outside, 6 on the shot clock. Victor. Wow. Broken play basketball right now. Everybody leaving their feet to pass. The ball on the floor. people just picking it up and heaving it up, but it's going in. 60-58, 122 left to play in the third. Joshua will pull it out, gives to Scott. He's going to use the screen from Joshua. Fires, I knew he would. Maybe not the best shot. Matthew stripped, and he'll go to the free throw line. The officials are buying what Matthew is selling. Might have been a clean strip, but Matthew sold it. And like a true pro, like a true veteran, he gets what he wants. Victor out of the game. He'll get a little bit of a rest here before the fourth quarter. And speaking of the fourth quarter, Gavin, what do you expect in this fourth quarter? Because I'll be brutally honest with you, this game doesn't have the feel or the intensity of a championship match.
No, but I think that partially has to do with the home crowd not being here today. And there's absolutely no vibe or no great atmosphere in this gym whatsoever. So I think the teams are feeding off of that as well. They're both tired. They feel like they're playing in front of no one. And we share the same opinion again. I feel like there's no energy in this game.
Very true. Antigua, though, continues to plug away. They're down by 2 now, but that doesn't mean anything. D'Souza making his first appearance in the game. Matthew, clean look. Usually automatic, not that time. Rose with it. 21 on the shot clock, 29 on the game clock. Burnett, nice pass inside to Thompson, hesitates, gathers himself, and scores. Lackadaisical defense there for Antigua. Nobody awake down low. 10 seconds left. D'Souza gets poked away. And Antigua will have 6.5 left to get this up. They'll be looking to execute here. Before halftime, Guyana ran a play that was absolutely unbelievable, and they got 2 points just before halftime. Antigua will not take a timeout. The coach trusting the players to sort it out. D'Souza for 3, pretty release, long, 2 seconds. He heaves it. Almost, no cigar. After the third quarter, it's 64-60. We'll be back with fourth quarter action after this.
64 for Guyana, who has the lead, and 60 points for Antigua and Barbuda.
Keone Wright and Gavin Kensmill here, coming to you live from the heartbeat of the Amazon rainforest, Paramaribo, Suriname. We're at Anthony Nesty Sport Hall for the final quarter of the 2021 AmeriCup Prequalifiers between Antigua and Guyana. Right now, Guyana with a 4-point lead, looking to put gold around their necks, but Antigua has other plans. Let's look at our scoring leaders. For Antigua, Matthew and Scott, 13 apiece. As Scott knocks one down there. And for Guyana, Rose with 18. Misfire there. Rebound by Thompson. He's been very active. Throws it away. Here comes Destin. Out of control, but in control. Tries to go up with the right on the left-hand side. Long pass to Webster. Goes between his legs. Thompson tries to save it. Sloppy play. Maybe showing their youth there. Speaking of youth, here's D'Souza. Finds Scott. That'll be off. Destin. And Scott talking to Victor. Scott not happy. Thinks Victor's been hitting him on those three-point shots. No calls. Webster got position, but 3 red jerseys were there. It goes out of bounds. 64-63, 8:59 left to play. Gold medal match. Both teams have advanced, or qualified for, I should say, to the AmeriCup qualifier, which will be hashed out in September. In case you missed it, Suriname with another heartbreaker today, lost in overtime to Barbados. Right within their grip, so Barbados takes 3rd place. Suriname takes 4th place. Fifth place was claimed by St. Vincent. 6th. Who was 6th place, Gavin? Grenada, excuse me. Grenada. Long three-pointer by Victor is good. Guyana trying to extend this lead. And Gavin, by this point in the game, normally Antigua is turned on, keys in the ignition, all buckled up. They turn on the engine. Right now, they're looking a little bit flustered. As time is of the essence, though. Rose with it, thinks about it. Good patience, 15 on the shot clock, plenty of time. They find Webster up top. He turns, up fakes, gives out to Burnett for 3. That's no good. Rebound Joshua. Destin. Back to Davis, trying to work on Rose. Oh, nice screen there by Scott. I heard that from here. It's like a hockey match out there. Davis looking like a ballerina on the ice in that one. A couple players took a tumble. Somebody got hit in the face. And then Davis did a pirouette. I give him a score of 10. The Russian judges give him a 9, 67-63. And that's my issue right there, Gavin. Sloppy play. You don't have time for that right now. It's a championship match. Victor in the corner to Rose. And this is where it will become the Victor and Rose show. They work so well together. Victor picks that one off right on cue. They'll back it out. They give to Rose. 7-point lead. Victor penetrates. Over to Webster. Nice patience by Webster, and he scores. 72-63. Turnover. Thompson. Momentum definitely with Guyana right now. Burnett loses his defender. They give to Webster. And he will go to the free throw line. So the word I'm looking for here is execution. Guyana swinging the ball around, executing, hustling, getting turnovers, and converting those turnovers into buckets. We've got a timeout. Gavin and I will be back. 7:08 left to play. 9-point lead. 7:08 left to play. Webster at the free throw line. He will shoot 2. Knocks that one down. Very good free throw shooter. He extends the lead to 10. 73-63, an opportunity to make it 11 now. Misses that one. Rebound to Joshua. They give out to Scott. Scott looking up. That pass was behind Humphreys. Blocked. Get that out of here. It's Thompson. He has been so active in the second half, doing the intangibles. A little bit of scoring, a whole lot of defense, and a whole lot of rebounding, and we'll get a foul. That'll be on Joshua. And Gavin, Antigua kind of looking around like, okay, guys, when are we going to do this?
I think at this point, they really need McCoy.
Yes, they could have used him earlier too. They just need his steady hand. He's so calm, so collected.
I think McCoy would have been excellent for them right now.
We've had a really shortened rotation, maybe about only 7 players, I think. Maybe 8.
And the great thing, the mistake I thought Guyana would make is that they would actually rush. But
yeah, me too. I thought Guyana was going to rush this whole game. Young guys get flustered. You know, old guys win. It's like a game of pickup basketball at the YMCA. You go up against 5 guys in their 40s or 30s, and you think you're going to win, but no. Slow and steady wins the race. But here it's been different. Guyana totally makes adjustments. Good scouting report. Again, hats off to their coach. It's not over yet, but he's definitely into preparation and making in-game adjustments. That one no good by Webster. Scott picks it up. Lots of contact, no call. People slipping and sliding. Davis has it. Picked up by Belgrave. Belgrave with the pressure. Joshua comes out to set a screen. They get it to Scott. They look inside. Up fake there. No good. Continue to battle. That's Humphreys on the floor. Somehow Scott comes away with it. Now it's a 7-point lead.
And those are just unfortunate plays.
Belgrave with it. They're looking at Webster. Nice defense there by Joshua. Webster a little bit outside of his comfort zone, looking for a cutter. Bad pass. Belgrave to inbound. We get outside the rows. Plenty of time. Antigua lucky that they missed that. Belgrave up and over everybody. 5'9", looking like 6'9". Antigua very lucky again. They left Rose open. Belgrave gets in the offensive glass but can't connect. Antigua hanging on by a thread here. 5:34 left to play. 7-point lead for Guyana. We'll be back after this. All right, 5:34 left to play here. Gold medal match at the FIBA 2021 AmeriCup Prequalifiers. This one between Antigua and Guyana. Right now, Guyana in control, but Antigua always a threat. It's never out of reach for them until the buzzer sounds. Mo back in the game. He's in some foul trouble. They're going to need to watch out. And Antigua will probably try to take advantage of that. Mo will guard Matthew, probably to guard against the three-point shot. Matthew in the first 3 quarters shot 43%, gets away with a foul there. They go up top to Mo, can't connect. Davis will be called for the foul.
There's a lot of time left in this game. No need to panic.
Plenty of time. With Antigua, they don't need a whole lot of time. And we're still in single digits right now. The problem here for Antigua, or at least in my eyes, having seen them play, is that by this time in the game, they already are starting to take control. Usually the end of the third quarter. Now we're almost halfway through the fourth quarter, and I still don't get the feeling that they have collectively turned on that engine. When is too late for you, Gavin? 2:30 left to play?
Yeah, past the 3-minute mark.
That free throw is good. Davis with it, double team, gets it up to Matthew. Matthew keeps his head up, guarded by Burnett. Davis comes over to help. He clears out. They find Scott. He's guarded by Mo. They go over the top to Matthew. Bit of a force there. Tapped out of bounds by Burnett. Nice hustle. 9-point lead for Guyana right now. Antigua needs a bucket. Davis to inbound. Wrap around. Good job there by Edwards, but he can't finish. That's a crucial miss right there. In terms of momentum, Antigua just hasn't been able to break the momentum of Guyana. Victor slips, maintains his composure, puts it up and in. Touched the floor with his left hand, finished with the right hand. Joshua with it, over to Davis. And this is not the best of Antigua right now. They're so much better. But like I said, they can turn it on at any moment. Joshua flashes high. There's Scott. Back over to Matthew. They're looking for something. Great defense by Guyana. Honest defense. Davis, desperation shot. Victor has it. He's going to pull it up. It's an 11-point lead. 4 minutes left to play. It's not over yet, but it's getting there.
And these are big possessions right now. If this is good.
Mo, I think, with a force there. He wants the foul, but at this point in the game, it's got to be a legit foul. It's got to be a sure thing, and we have a player down. Scott took a nasty tumble, and he's holding his knee. He slipped on the floor. That is not a good sign for them. I caught him right as he was falling, and that knee went one way, and his body went the other. He's up right now, but he's limping. And even if he's okay, that's not going to make him very confident right now. We've got a timeout, 11-point lead for Guyana. This is a gold medal match at the 2021 AmeriCup Prequalifiers. Guyana versus Antigua, 77-66. Guyana with the lead. We'll be back after this. Antigua ball, believe me, you. They probably use that timeout wisely, but can they execute? Nice give and go. It's broken up. And right now, Guyana looks like they want it just a little bit more. Sloppy play by Antigua, uncharacteristic. Glasgow saves it, should have let it go. Actually did a good job there to not save it.
Now it looks more like a gold medal match. I'm not a fan of people yelling at each other, but now the emotions really start to get up.
Yeah, but the shot selection for Antigua is just real bad. And
for a team that experienced, it is atrocious.
Yeah, they're not moving the ball. They're settling for three-point shots. Yeah, you're making them. Yeah, you're shooting 60% from the three-point line, but they're about to go into desperation mode here as we come up on 2:30 left to play. That's been my marker in this tournament for teams where they really need to turn it around or have it figured out. D'Souza in control, but can't hit. Comes flying in like Batman. And he has been night and day, maybe day and night. First half, thought he would be an X factor. Second half, he's been quiet. They haven't used him wisely. Joshua and Mo battling down low, and Mo will be called for the foul. And it's time for your quarterly body language report. I haven't given one this game, but I don't need to even look at the body language of the two teams. Guyana's body language, they look fresh, they look confident. They're talking about strategy with their coach. They're huddling up. For Antigua and Barbuda, it's not about body language. It's about the words coming out of their mouths. They're yelling at each other, trying to point fingers. Not the sign of a team that is about to mount a comeback. But it's only an 11-point lead, 2:25 left to play. Mo at the free throw line. And Gavin, Mo has had kind of a quiet night. And yet his team is still up by 11. I thought he would need to have a huge game in this one.
I think he had a huge game.
I'm not saying he didn't play good. I'm just saying I thought it would have to be the Mo and Rose show.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, but I'm talking about the possessions where he did something important were probably some of the biggest possessions in this game. And that's the reason why I feel like he's been so important.
And we'll get an offensive foul.
That's a moving screen.
Yep. Coming up on 2 minutes left to play. If Antigua is going to mount a comeback, it's got to start right now on this possession. They'll call out the towels. Towel boys out there. Got that moisture on the court. We're in the rainforest. It's humid.
I'm not saying it's impossible for Antigua. They've
I don't
got
think it's
some
impossible.
great shooters, but
I'm a real believer in this, and this is what I said about Antigua all tournament. I don't think they're pretentious. I don't think they're overconfident. But to play games and constantly think that, okay, well, we'll just turn it on sometime in the second half, it's not a good mentality to have.
Exactly.
Matthew, clean look at it. Can't knock it down. Joshua's skying high. He wants to get back in this thing, and he draws the foul. 1:48 left to play in the game. Gold medal match. FIBA 2021 AmeriCup Prequalifiers. .11 lead. We got a timeout by Guyana. Gavin and I will be back after this. Joshua at the free throw line, shooting two here. They desperately need these free throws. They desperately need everything down the stretch here for the next minute and 48. 11-point lead for Guyana. The gold medals are waiting right off of the court, glistening in the Surinamese moonlight. Nobody home. Nice job there by number 17. By number 12, excuse me, Braithwaite. Kwame Braithwaite into the game for the first time. Meade also into the game. Edwards into the game.
And this is what I don't like. I understand that you want to have some players that haven't played a lot play. But the game is not over. You have 140 and you're down by 10. 3 3-pointers and you're back in the game.
I don't think they're conceding the win. I think they actually need him to be active defensively. They're looking for an answer here. I don't think they're saying we're going to win. Or excuse me, that we're losing, that we're going to lose. Destin spins, gets inside. Nice little pass to Meade. That's good. 68-79. Lead is 11 again. 1:15 left to play. Guyana is undefeated in this one. Mo all alone. And you won't win a championship with defense like that. Gavin, as we come up on a minute left to play here, what does this win mean for Guyana? Out of nowhere. No one last week said, oh, watch out for Guyana. No one said, oh, Guyana's going to be a threat. But they come in here and go 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. And now it looks like 6-0.
I'm really impressed by what I've seen by Guyana. What I like about people is when they prove me wrong. And Guyana sure has proven me wrong.
They steamrolled their way through Pool A. Triple overtime win against St. Vincent. They totally shut down Suriname, a team that was surging. And here against this Antigua team, they adjusted. They made adjustments. They're very well coached. They came in prepared. They took this thing not just very seriously. I think every team took this very seriously. They took this uber seriously. D'Souza will get a trash time bucket here. Pad his stats a little bit. But this is a Guyanese win. Guyana will be your 2021 AmeriCup Prequalifier champions. Mo at the free throw line. The Guyanese fans came out tonight. They are here. They are out of their seats and they are cheering. It should be a fun party tonight. The Guyanese know how to party. And you know what, Gavin? I'm going to jump on this Guyana bandwagon. I'm going to party too tonight. How about you?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All right.
I'm a watch film with my Surinamese team.
And we'll get a timeout here. Okay. You're going to watch film with your Surinamese team. That's cool. What kind of film are you going to watch? Anyways, what I wanted to get to was Gavin and I started this journey 2 weeks ago. I personally have done 27 games to include the Women's Caribbean Cup last week. Gavin has done 20-plus games over the last 2 weeks. When Gavin first walked into the meeting after we had our audition to get this gig, I said to myself, who is this 19-year-old trapped in the body of a 32-year-old? Who is this? Is that Rick Fox? Or is that a mutant Rick Fox? Who is that? Who is he? Is he in some sort of a drama here? Is he on television? What does he do? Is he in soap operas? But here we are 2 weeks later, and we've really bonded. And so all I want to ask you right now, Gavin, is can we get a joint Facebook account? We'll keep our relationship status just as friends, or maybe it's complicated. But hopefully ATV and FIBA will look to use us again. It's been a lot of fun. Coming up on 15 seconds left to play. Guyana about to break out the champagne, although some of the players on that team probably not old enough to drink. So they're probably about to break open the 2% milk, maybe, I don't know, orange juice. Maybe go wild with some Mountain Dew, I'm not sure. 6 seconds left, 83-70. They will hold it up. And Guyana are your 2021 AmeriCup Pre-Qualifier champions. For Gavin Kentsville, I'm Keone Wright. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Congratulations to Guyana, a hard-fought match by Antigua. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.
for Antigua and Barbuda.